Hi everyone, thank you for dropping by, I appreciate it very much. This is John, welcome to my channel. My topic for today is about producing a child with two biological mothers. How is it done? Well, stay with me until the end of this video, and you will learn something that will be added into your library of knowledge. In one of my previous videos, I presented about twins with two biological fathers known as heteropaternal superfecundation. My topic now is the opposite, a baby born with two biological mothers with one biological father. In heteropaternal superfecundation, sex is involved to produce twins with two biological fathers, but in this topic no sex is involved, to produce a child with two biological mothers. This is made possible through science and technology known as the two-mom approach, or sometimes they call it as three-parent technique. The process involves one woman's eggs, mixed in a lab dish with a man's donor sperm and then implanted in the other woman who carries the pregnancy. Essentially, one woman plays the role of the surrogate mother. The technique of making three-parent baby approved in the UK is known as pronuclear transfer, which entails fertilizing both the mother's egg and a donor's egg with the father's sperm. How is this done? John Jong at the New Hope Fertility Center did a spindle nuclear transfer, where he removed the nucleus from one of the mother's eggs and inserted it into a donor egg that had its own nucleus removed. The resulting egg, with nuclear DNA from the mother and mitochondrial DNA from a donor, was then fertilized with the father's sperm, according to Sky News. 5 embryos were created, one of which developed normally. This embryo was implanted in the nuclear mother and the child was born 9 months later. The couple decided to use the three-parent technique for the technique because the mother has genes for Leigh syndrome, a fatal disorder that attacks the nervous system. Although while the mother is healthy, Leigh syndrome was responsible for the deaths of her first 2 children. In another case, a New York couple, Sarah Marshall, 40, a recruiter for law firms, and Maggie Lee Marshall, 35, a real estate broker, used this three-parent technique. Maggie's eggs and a man's donor sperms were used to make embryos, and were implanted in Sarah, and both women are listed as parents on the birth certificate. Maggie Marshall said she had no interest in being pregnant, but Sarah really wanted to have the experience. We also thought it would be a great way to bond with a kid that ultimately would look a lot like me. It wasn't cheap. The couple spent nearly $100,000 on multiple failed attempts before the last one worked. A single in vitro fertilization attempt can run $15,000 to more than $20,000, depending on how much embryo testing is done and whether some embryos are frozen to allow multiple attempts from one batch. Well, that's the end of my topic for today. I hope you have learned something. Have a nice day. May the good Lord make us safe every day. Until next time we shall meet again.